All right, good afternoon, everybody. I'm Isaac Yepes with the UTEP College Republicans, and we are here live with Edindro Whitehall. That is Edindro on Twitter and Edindro Whitehall on YouTube. How are you, man?
I'm good. How are you, dude?
Doing pretty good. So right now, yeah, we're good. So we were talking about the capitalists versus libertarians.
Yeah.
And I saw that somebody earlier had asked you if you were libertarian.
Yeah.
And you responded something interesting. What was that?
Oh, I think I said I guess sort of. I mean, I'm sort of I never really like fully identified with that because I think it's probably the sort of crazier representation of libertarians that kind of steers me away. But I think fundamentally it's not something. It's an understandable way to peg me. I would say just centrist, though. I mean, the labels get kind of muddied by ideologues, you know. So just centrist, you know. I think a normal, sane person. I'll go with that.
Now, do you go with that term because I don't know, like you just don't care enough? Like it's like you severely overestimate how much I care about, you know, the next person. What is it?
Well, I mean, not caring depends on the issue. There's plenty of issues I don't give a fuck about. But like I think the reason is because there are. I used to be. I think you could have considered me pretty liberal, you know, when I was younger, and I've leaned a little more towards the right. And I think when you take all these issues into perspective, a rational person has to sort of allow for a certain amount of compromise depending on what you're talking about. So I really just, it's really just a way to say I take each issue as it comes to me. I don't fully 100% adhere to just a set doctrine. That's kind of where I'm trying to go with that. But yeah, really just the labels get all muddied with sort of this is what we are, and if you're this, then you must be this. So I try to avoid that. It's difficult, but I try. Yeah,
and then the labels switch interchangeably as time goes on, and then you're no, they aren't the real liberals, or they aren't the real conservatives, or something like that. And it just
you have the problem with the pendulum swinging all the way to the left or all the way to the right. There's never any middle ground. Fucker won't stay still. So
yeah, and then you walk into a bar, you start making out with a guy, and you just don't know what's going on.
Yeah, it's
It was like a little bit of silence there.
Yeah, how did you know?
Now, yeah, that guy tweeted out about the artificial womb, and I was like, well, I mean, if you want to learn something.
I love those crazy MGTOW fucks.
Well, you spoke about the lack of compromise right now, and I think the ultimate Steve Shives troll that Bering did the other day, is actually a perfect example of that.
Mm-hmm.
In your most recent video, your tone took a decidedly serious approach. Why the shift?
It's actually sort of, well, I mean, is it really a shift? If you go through my older videos, there are a little more straightforward responses like that. So it's kind of a return to form in that sense. But the reason I went with a straight up, obviously I peppered some comedy in through it, but or tried to be funny. But the reason is because what he's talking about is so representative of what they believe in terms of free speech that it was actually, I mean, I guess I was triggered. I guess you could say I was triggered by that. I think that was probably one of the hardest videos I've done in a long time, to just sit and get through the blatant hypocrisy of that fucking video. So I think that video, outside of Steve Shives being a lolcow at this point, that video perfectly represents how they get it wrong and why they lose. It's everything you can think of that they're fighting against now. Trump, all of the recent Trump's policies and all of that can be sort of summed up by that video. Like, you behave this way, you condone this behavior, you misrepresent your opposition constantly. You don't even know who they are because you've built this echo chamber. You're just listening to what other people say that they are and trusting that you've really created an environment where you can't win. And in a funny way, I'm giving them advice in that video of how to better conduct themselves so that they might win. And I don't even want them to win, but for fuck's sake, give us a fight, like a real fight. Basically, for the past few years, we've just watched them hang themselves. So, I mean, I guess that sort of frustration had to come out in that video. It's very difficult to keep it funny all the way through. So,
and because this platform has been growing, you know, the anti-social justice platform, and it's exposing a lot of this kind of lunacy. How long do you think it'll be before we see this take hold in the mainstream?
I think we've already seen it to a certain degree. Podcasts and radio. I mean, you look at the mainstream media and you feel like it's that our voices aren't being heard, but YouTube is at this point, it's oversaturated with this. You type in feminism in YouTube, you're not going to see. It's going to take a while, I think, before you get to an actual feminist video, right? Yeah. I think you know, Trump winning is sort of I mean, I'm not, like I said before, I'm not a huge fan of Trump, but like him winning is sort of representative. It represents, let's just say, it represents the general attitude of people just getting sick and tired of this. I don't think we're exposing SJWs. I think they expose themselves on a regular basis. We're just venting our frustration at this point. And we're starting to realize that, oh, hey, not only are we not alone, but we're basically the majority. We're not a small group of people. We're not a fringe group of people. We're the general public. And the general public is starting to speak out. I mean, like I said, their ideologies are unsustainable. They cannot sustain them. It's just a matter of how much damage they do before they fall apart.
Well, they've been getting increasingly violent, as we saw with Yvette Falarca, where they actually just blatantly punched this guy and took him off his feet and kicked him on the ground in front of police. Yeah. Do you think there's any countering this with words at this point, or is it just, you know, hysteria over an isolated event?
I mean, you can't call it an isolated event, but I do think maybe we conflate these what that's Antifa, right?
Yeah,
Antifa. How would you say that? I just say Antifa because that's how it spells. That's the word it spells out. But the anti-fascists.
As long as it rhymes with Queen Latifah, you're fine.
Yeah, it does. But yeah, so there's a lot of conflation. There's a lot of I think bad threat level assessment. Like, I don't think these kids are representative of all of the SJWs necessarily, but so when you say combating violence with discourse, I mean, no, I mean, when violence is in your face, you don't combat it with discourse. You either run or you fight, right? But in terms of I mean, we're not at war, not yet. so I think we do. We take these guys, and they did it with the pussy protest, right? The pussy protest and Antifa, they're not the same thing. You've got one pretty ineffective sort of limp dick protest, and then you've got rioters. So, you know, I mean, I don't think it's the biggest threat in the world, but, you know, we have to pay attention to it when it happens.
Also, what was the point of wearing a vagina hat? That's my main question.
I don't know. I guess they're just celebrating pussies, right? I mean, I'm on board with that. I like pussy. Madonna had a black one on, so that's cool.
Oh my God.
Diversity.
I mean, I guess we should have like an ED pride thing, and where we're all just wearing like flaccid dick hats. I think that would really
that would be so fucking funny. Do that.
If we can get people, yeah, we need to unite right now. And then we need to have shirts that say like, I swear this is the only time this ever happened. And you know, it's just a bunch of stuff like that.
Yeah, they really they overappreciate the vagina. Nobody ever appreciates dicks at all. I mean, they're weird looking. I know they look really weird, but I mean, they're functional. They're multi-purpose too. We should give more appreciation to penises.
Yeah, you heard it here first. Yeah. Cecilia
Is that Cecilia?
Yeah. Oh my God, I can't believe this just happened. So one of my favorite videos of yours is yeah, I was at a loss for words.
Penis power.
One of my favorite. Oh God. Okay. So one of my favorite videos of yours is the Queer Kid Stuff one, where you assume the role of the talking bear.
Yeah.
And hilarious. There is a really critical remark you make there, where you say, "Well, now that I have my newfound feminist powers, like, why don't we just affect legislation?"
Yeah. It's time to legislate. It's time to fucking legislate, baby.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
But is that the ultimate goal of every social movement, to affect legislation and recreate legal codes in their ideological image?
Every social movement? I don't. Every radical social movement, it seems to be, but I don't know if every social movement has that. I mean, if you're just out for awareness of something, you know, it's not necessarily something that would affect legislation. But lately, I mean, yeah, it seems like that's all they want to do. They want hate speech laws. They want positive discrimination. The dumbest fucking term I've ever heard in my life is positive discrimination, you know, affirmative action. They want these things that are contrary to everything we stand for, all the laws that we have. So yeah, it does kind of seem that that is the point of all. Yeah, it does seem like that's the point of all current social movements, is to affect change in ways that restrict freedom.
And also, like, on a side note, the woman who does these videos, she reminds me of like a creepy version of Bob Ross. Like that car and the shitty music. I'm just like, what is this? You know.
You know what I hate about her videos is that she doesn't measure out the volume properly. So like, if you see those videos where she's just talking to the camera, the fucking Queer Kids music is like louder than her. Yeah, so you have to struggle to hear her. She's a fat child.
Mm-hmm.
That's essentially what I see. I see a child trying to teach. Like, have you ever had like a fifth grader trying to teach something to a first grader? You know, it's adorable when they do it, but it's really stupid when an adult does it. But that's what she kind of reflects, like a fifth grader trying to teach like math or something to a first grader. It's weird. And like that one bit where she's like, the trans ally, I guess ally is now in the LGBTQ. There's LGBTQ and then A, right? And she's like, she's just fucking with the blocks. Like she's really trying to figure it out. She's really trying to figure out how to spell with blocks.
And she's all, well, oh shit. Oh God.
You're an adult.
Well, I mean, I like your criticism of the sound levels, because nobody ever gets into the technical aspects of these shitty videos. You know,
yeah,
it's like a poorly produced post-punk album. You know, you're just like, I hear the vocalist. I know he's saying something heavy right here, but you know.
Yeah, well, yeah, and I'm not a fucking audio engineer or anything like that. But if I can't fucking hear what you're saying over the music, I'm gonna say something. I mean, I do want to hear what you have to say if I'm watching your videos, even if you're ridiculous. So,
well, it reminds me of, like, you know, when you're watching TV late night or something, and you have the TV on like at a decent level, and then the commercial comes on, and it's like super loud.
Yeah.
And then your friend comes in, and he's like, "Why is this Girls Gone Wild thing on here?" And you're like, "Dude, it's a commercial." And then, like, no, okay. I mean, not that it's ever happened to me, but
yeah, no, that's a friend told you about that experience.
Yeah,
well, I mean,
exactly.
It's just basic, like, edit your videos, just watch your videos back. It feels like she just puts them up. She cuts them together and then she just throws them up. She doesn't do any cleanup.
Well,
bitch.
Who's watch her video? Like, what's the age demographic? Do you know?
I think it's for adults, obviously, to review, and because she does like have messages. She did put up a video about like how to talk to your kids about sexuality, right? I think she's a well-meaning person. I really do. Like, I genuinely think she's probably a good person, just ideologically fucked in the head. I mean, you saw that bit where she was like, "Some people are people. There are men and there are women, and then there are people."
Can you give me that one more time?
Some women are people.
Yeah.
There are men. Either you're a cis man, or you're a cis woman, or you're a person. Kind of is a message. Like, if you're not some kind of non-binary whatever, you're not a person. I don't think she meant it that way, but it's just the weirdest thing. But yeah. Wait, what was the question? I lost track.
I don't know anymore.
Whatever. It's stupid.
It's just, I think I always thought that QueerKidStuff was a channel where it was like, oh well, my arguments are kind of shitty, so the adults stopped listening to me. So now I'm gonna try.
Now I'm talking to kids.
Yeah. Isn't that how Pee Wee Herman did it? I don't know.
I don't know. That is kind of a funny perspective. I never thought of it that way. I think though, yeah, I mean, I think she is trying to speak to adults and say, here's something for your kids, finally, to talk about gender identity and all of that. So I don't know.
My question,
like I said, she's probably a cool chick, like a nice girl, but she's just kind of fucked.
I don't know. I want to know where the kids are that are asking their parents, like, hey, what?
No, they aren't asking. Their parents are imposing. Like, it's kind of religious in that way. You know, I didn't choose to be raised Christian. It's just what my parents gave to me. And now we've got this new generation of kids who are going to be raised feminist.
Oh. Yeah, then I think it is like a religion, because if you disagree with them, you get some really vitriolic, emotional arguments.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. It's religion, at least, though, has like a, well, not necessarily. I was going to say a solid structure, but Christianity does kind of flip-flop. But yeah, I mean, they really do stick to the dogma. It's like feminism for feminism, not feminism for women. It's a movement for the movement.
Well, actually,
that's called a cult. That's like longhand for cult.
There was a tweet I saw earlier, and I think I retweeted it because it was just hilarious. Let me find it real quick. It's somebody talks about her all the time. Oh, Jessica Valenti.
Oh yeah, I haven't heard.
So she says, and I quote, "Conservative women spent years calling feminist harpies out to destroy the family. Power they want in. Nope." But I thought this movement was for women. What is this and why?
You'll have to read the last one for me. You cut out a bit.
Okay, so it says, conservative women spent years calling feminist harpies out to destroy their family, or to destroy the family, but now that it has cultural power, they want in. And then it just says, nope. Like, that's just nope. I
don't understand. They want in?
Yeah, like they want into the club.
Conservative women want into the club?
I think that's what she's saying.
What is she even fucking referencing? Because I don't think that's true.
Well, let me see if there's like it's in response to anything.
That is funny though. It's like, yeah, you're not allowed in. You've been excommunicated. You can't get back into my little club.
Yeah, well, it's her replying to herself twice. The first one says
she's blocked everybody. Now it's just her.
It is a literal echo chamber. It's just her. It's from a New York Times, or she posted about a New York Times article, and it says, "Since when is being a woman a liberal cause? Conservative women think, so what are we, chopped liver?" And then she says, "Perhaps part of the problem is conflating being a woman with feminism."
Oh yeah. They want to be treated like women. They want to be acknowledged as women. Like they're a part of, when you say women's issues, that actually affects them as human beings.
Yeah, that just sounds so weird though. Like
she can't even imagine that they want women's rights and all of that, but they still look at feminism, feminists, and say you're still fucking harpies. Like,
yeah,
I don't want in your stupid club. I want women's rights.
I would love for this to happen. You know that guy who says Uhuru all the time, like the Chris Tucker?
Baba y'all. I
Yeah.
forgot his actual. Oh, Ghazi. Ghazi.
Oh, it's little Black Hitler.
Black Hitler.
What's it called? I would like him to tweet out like conservatives have been calling BLM a bunch of race-baiting jerks this whole time, and now they want to stop police brutality. Nope. Like, I just want that.
Yeah. Now they care about police brutality. So we've always cared about police brutality. I mean, I don't know. You know, it is kind of, it's frustrating.
Yeah.
They don't really, they just, when you don't see reality, how can you argue with them? How can you really argue with people who have this whole different concept of the world?
Well, I mean, that's kind of why we need to make Cuck Pride a thing.
Yeah.
I think that, you know, the flag should just be like a white flag, and then all their slogans are just written in French.
Yeah, that'll get something done, I'm sure.
Yeah, I mean, come on. If they can wear vagina hats out in DC and that's called a movement, Cuck Pride is a thing too. I will not be denied.
I like watching my wife fuck other dudes. Come on.
Yeah, just manding.
Literal Cuck Pride.
Yeah. Now, more serious thing. Are people overreacting to the Netflix trailer of Dear White People?
I don't know. I didn't watch the. I think a lot of people are saying they're overreacting because they watched the original movie. Mm-hmm. I didn't, because I don't care. But the trailer, it's not. It doesn't look great. It doesn't look great. But I guess yeah. I'm gonna say they are overreacting because they haven't seen it yet. You know, people dropping their subscriptions just based on a short trailer. Not necessarily the right thing to do. But see, the thing is, I wouldn't automatically watch the movie and say, hey, it's not that big of a deal. Because, I mean, have you ever seen the movie Westworld?
No, I have not.
I assumed you haven't, but it's a completely different thing than the recent HBO show, which is fucking amazing. And the movie's not bad either. It's an old Michael Crichton movie, right? From the 70s. But it's a completely different animal. The point is that Dear White People, the movie, may not be the same animal as Dear White People, the Netflix TV show. I would say just shut up and wait. But I mean, people are going to react. Yeah, but yeah, anytime you heavily react to something that you haven't actually seen yet, I would say you're overreacting. Yeah,
well, I think part of the response is coming from people that were pointing to Jack Moore, I think. And he was crediting himself as a writer in it, and then he was saying, you know, things like "fuck white people" and.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, that helps.
Yeah, I don't know. It just has to be confirmed because, like, he could say he's a writer for the show and just be totally lying, like that NYU professor. We're still not sure.
Oh, is that so? That none of that's confirmed?
Yeah, because like one camp is saying no, she's a performance actor who does these weird mermaid porns, and then
nice mermaid porns
saying she's a gender studies professor.
Okay, I don't care. I mean, you know, when it comes out, I look at it. But even if it was as egregious as they make it out to be, I mean, these people who are like rapidly unsubscribing from Netflix, I think that's also a little bit. I don't need Netflix to be a platform that contains only the things I disagree with or I agree with.
Yeah,
there's plenty of shit on Netflix that I think is absolutely retarded, but. I mean, there's also plenty of Trailer Park Boys is on Netflix. I love that fucking shit.
That is a great show. You know who else loves that show? Dr. Jordan B. Peterson.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Jordan Peterson likes that show? Awesome. That's a great thing to have in common. That's a weird one, too. I wouldn't have guessed that.
Yeah. Oh, man. I just love the sheer amount of ways that guy can use the term shitbirds.
He's
amazing. I don't know.
So, I mean, obviously, the Trailer Park Boys, there's nothing social justice-y about Trailer Park Boys. So watch the shit you'll want to watch on your platform, but don't try to like. That's basically sort of to me. It's almost. It's not really, but it's almost like saying, you know, if anything that disagrees with me is on this platform, then I'm going to leave it. That's sort of like the problem we have with Twitter, you know, on our end. So I don't know.
Well, I do have one complaint about Netflix, and that's that it kept trying to shove that thing Barry down my throat. And
what was it?
Barry, the one about Barack Obama.
Oh, really? Yeah, yeah. And it did.
Yeah, I was like,
It
what?
also
I'm
pushed that.
watching.
Yeah, I mean, but I don't know. To me, that's just not surprising. I don't get all worked up about it because they also pushed the Donald Trump thing, that Johnny Depp as Donald Trump, the Art of the Deal, the movie. To be honest, it was pretty fucking funny. But obviously, like if you're a Trump supporter, you might have you can see there's a typical liberal slant to Netflix. But like I said, I mean that's just something I'm surprised people aren't just used to it by now. They don't just shrug it off.
Yeah, well, I mean, I can take some Trump jokes pretty well. There's that meme going around, or the GIF where he's holding up the executive order, but it's replaced with the ABCs.
Oh yeah, like, they replace it with all sorts of things. There's so
yeah. And around here, there's like a lot of stuff going around. Like if your name is Juan, Juanita, like Jesus or Raul or something like that, like you're getting deported first. And like it's all good fun. And then other people are like, no, there's really serious issues that go in with this. Like, oh man.
Yeah. Well, he does want to deport all brown people.
Yeah. Well, I knew that going into the booth, like when I voted for him.
Yeah, you were like, you got to go.
This is it. I mean, I loved it.
White enough. You're definitely not white enough. You got to get out of here. And Cecilia, I hope you're ready to get your pussy grabbed because that's like mandate now.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to it.
But yeah,
the party.
How is that like the main argument? I think I've watched like 8 different people interviewing at the women's marches, and they're like, I don't want to have my pussy grabbed. And then there were signs that were like, grab it, I dare you. And
grab it, I dare you.
Yeah.
It's always some fat piece of shit.
It was a guy. The main.
Oh, it was a guy?
Yeah. That fat Antifa chick who stripped down.
Yeah.
It's like, I want to see that.
Oh, yeah. Striply Puff.
Striply Puff?
Striply Puff. Did you see that?
No, I didn't. I'm going to look this shit up right now.
Oh, dude,
how do you spell Striply?
I think it's 2 P's. Yeah.
Those come up.
Stripply. Puff. I mean, the Puff family is just amazing. Yeah. Are you watching it?
There's not a single not photoshopped picture I can find.
Well,
there's one that's just Moby Dick, and it's the cover of Moby Dick.
Well, there's look up Lauren Southern's Twitter feed, and you'll find the original video. It's awesome. I mean, you'll never be able to unsee it, but it's awesome.
Yeah. I'm gonna save that for later. I'm gonna need some time alone for that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think they're saying an artificial womb your way as a courtesy for doing this with us.
Yes.
So it'll get you.
Finally, I can be done with women.
I just love that idea. Like the male utopia, like sounds kind of gay, dude.
It would have to be gay unless you see you'd have to go the extra mile. You have to keep getting more and more Orwellian with it, right? Because you would have to, like, the first thing in a male utopia that you have to contend with is rampant homosexuality, right? Because you've basically created a national prison. It's the freest prison ever, but yeah, men are gonna want to fuck.
Yeah.
So then you have to chemically castrate everybody. I don't know.
Yeah, and I think the best part about it would be like, there's the one guy that's like, it's not gay. You know, he's trying to make up all these rules as to how you can have not gay sex with a man.
Oh, really?
He's like, if you don't close your eyes for more than 3 seconds at a time, it's fine.
Yeah.
They're like, no, Bill, it's gay. And he's like, no, it's not.
I thought it was. It's not gay as long as you're the one that's giving it.
Yeah. Because then they would have like the caste system.
Taking it requires actual homosexuality.
Yeah, that would be unless you get paid. Then it's just
it's just commerce. Yeah.
Doing your nation a service.
It's just capitalism.
Yeah, I hope there's a ranking. We got to make a ranking system. There's just so much to do after this.
Or dude, like the Rick and Morty episode where the species.
Oh.
The Rick and Morty episode.
Oh yeah, where they have those little sex robots.
Fuck yeah, man. Every guy would go for like a realistic sex robot, though. Let's be fair.
Yeah. I mean,
much easier.
Yeah, and then like it doesn't call you names, like why are you
Oh.
crying, or you're so small, and this only lasted 20 seconds.
Oh man, I'm so sorry.
That it's not me, dude. It's
It's your friend. Your friend said it.
Yeah, I saw it on Twitter, bro. That's where I found all this. It's not. I don't know why you would think that. Whatever.
I'm sorry.
Just a reminder to everybody or anybody who's watching right now. If you have any questions for Edindro, just leave in the chat. We will get to him.
I need
15 minutes.
Yeah, I need to actually go to the stream. Give me a sec.
Yep.
I can't even see the chat.
I think it's just dead.
Is it dead?
Yeah, it's completely dead.
Well, you're really scraping the bottom of the barrel with me.
It's okay. We went that guy T and then Edindro and just never recovered.
Yeah, no, it's a complete fucking drop. Ridiculous.
But we're picking it back up because then we're having Dr. Peterson on Tuesday.
Oh my God, yeah, wow.
So,
Jesus, I am in good company.
yeah, you are.
Too good.
I mean, it should be a pretty cute chat that we have about Gulag, our archipelago. Finally pronouncing that right.
Yeah.
You are, you are.
Because for the longest time, I don't know. Maybe I'm slightly dyslexic. I don't know.
Archipelago is a cluster of islands.
Oh, so with Marina Shut Up, she retweeted an absolute gem the other day, or maybe it was yesterday. Do you mind if I screen share right now?
Yeah, sure.
All right, because this, I think everybody needs to see this. All right, can you see it?
Yeah.
All right, so this is a question posed by Ellen Tuzzolo, and it says, "Where do you draw the line?" And it's this nice pyramid that says overt white supremacy, which is socially unacceptable, and then there's covert white supremacy, which is socially acceptable. And I want to go through this.
My eye went to not challenging racist jokes.
I think we should just start from the left and go to the right, or do you want to go from the right and go? You know what? Actually, let's go from the right.
Okay.
All right. So, not challenging racist jokes. I don't. What do you?
No. You should go from the top though, because these are supposed to be the most egregious, right? Make America Great Again. That's a terrible idea. Definitely racist.
Yeah, I mean, how can it not be racist? We were.
Why would you love your country?
Yeah, I mean, the Puerto Ricans, they're doing it.
Remember slavery? We're still hung up on slavery.
Yeah, I mean, if you listen to a history professor.
Was that the little Puerto Rican girl on the resolutions for white people? America was never great for anybody who wasn't white.
But that's why my parents moved here and made a life here.
I got a college education. I'm getting paid probably shit ton from BuzzFeed.
Yeah, I want to know how they get those jobs with BuzzFeed. I want one of those jobs.
Seriously, I could do better than they do.
Oh, I could cut the hell out.
Yeah, I don't have any integrity. I'll do it.
Yeah, give me $50, I'll dance. Wait, I could have made $1,500. Oh
shit.
Oh, no.
Hiring discrimination.
And then school. Oh wait.
I don't even know. Yeah, how do you read this fucking thing? They just throw shit in it.
Yeah.
Just haphazardly, like, just put together. Just where do you draw the line? Here's a bunch.
Wait. That's interesting. Hiring discrimination.
Mm-hmm.
Aren't they in favor of positive discrimination?
Positive, but it's positive. It's good for you.
Yeah. What? Okay. This isn't consistent.
That was an argument I had with Christy Winters because I gave her something like in one of the response videos to the questions for anti-SJWs. There was or to SJWs. Armored Skeptic said, "Do you want women to be equal or do you want them to be a protected class? You can't have both, right?" And all she did was go on a tirade about how that's not what protective class means, because obviously the protected classes are they're not specific to men or women. It's gender, right? Gender is a protected class. Race is a protected class. And she went on this tirade about what these protected classes are. So like I came at her with, okay, I agree with you that that's what those are. And skeptic was not technically accurate. But why do you support affirmative action then? Why do you support positive discrimination, which is completely contrary to the protected class thing that you're promoting so much here? And she was just like, that's a completely separate legal issue. I'm like, no, it's direct contradiction to the legal issue that you're promoting. They're not separate. One counteracts the other. So she just like, floated around. I didn't get blocked though. I still.
Oh, hey, that's a step up.
Yeah.
You're moving up in the world.
But yeah, see, they don't, I don't know. They just don't think properly.
Are you saying you want to control them?
I do. I want to make them smarter. I want to help them. But yeah. So.
Oh, and then there's this next one, which is police murdering minorities or people
of color. Colored people. Police murdering coloreds.
Yeah, the coloreds.
The coloreds. Yeah.
I would in like italics, like the coloreds.
If they really think it's murder, then it seems weirdly placed on the pyramid. Like,
yeah,
I don't know how to read this fucking thing. You would think it would be top center, right?
Yeah, like murder's bad as it is, but I guess they think because we are white supremacists that it's okay if it's a brownie, right? Is that what works?
You are, yeah.
I mean, I can see it brown, right?
You're darky.
Yeah.
You're a house darky though.
Damn it.
Yeah.
I'm like,
that's literally how they think. They never draw that comparison, that when they look at you and they say you have internalized racism or whatever the fuck it is, they're basically calling you a house nigger.
And since I'm a Hispanic, I'm not an Uncle Tom, I'm like a Tío Tomás or something.
Tío Tomás.
I think that's how it, but that's weird how it's covert white supremacy. Like, doesn't covert mean like it's under wraps?
Well, they're exposing it. They're exposing it. We're hiding it. They're exposing.
Yeah, like CNN and Fox and MSNBC, they never report on that.
White supremacy exposed.
And it's like Jesse Ventura or something making that face. Thanks.
Fuck. Confederate flags are.
Yeah. Well, no, the school to prison pipeline.
Right.
I saw an article on this actually.
Yeah.
And it was just a bunch of like, well, they get in trouble a couple times and then, they don't graduate and then they get put into prison.
Yeah.
But it was never like a solid argument. It was always just like implications and like weaselly little side notes that were just supposed to make you go, oh, that is kind of racist.
Yeah, it's just like a statistical observation.
Yeah. Okay, and then there's the Confederate flags, which is like states' rights,
Yeah. I mean, they do have a connotation to them. That's been around for a while. I wouldn't be waving that thing. I mean, I could maybe give them that to a certain degree, but of course, it's not white supremacy. I don't know. They're using that word wrong.
But also, how is it socially acceptable?
Yeah, it's not socially. Yeah, you're right. It's not socially acceptable at all. I forgot. That's the subtext of this whole thing. No, you don't want to wave around here. You don't wave that fucking flag. I'll tell you that.
And then discriminatory lending. I think they're referring to the bank loans.
Yeah.
I think it was Ben Shapiro who pointed out that white women and black men are lended to at the same rates, and then white men and black women are lended to at the same rates.
Oh, okay.
So maybe they're just looking at black men. Or is it like no, because it's white supremacy, so I don't think they're taking into account the white women.
I mean, in what world is this kind of discrimination acceptable anyway? Like, just pretend that it happened. You don't have to argue against it. You can just say, who fucking accepts the concept of discriminatory lending? Nobody.
Yeah. Okay, and then there's the racial
nobody important.
racial profiling, which I find a little. There was a video that came out the other day where a vet who suffered from like achalaplasia or something. He's bald, right, and he's white.
Right.
He was at a Milo event, I think, and he had a black jacket on it, and this guy was like, "Oh, see, he's a white supremacist. They're just everywhere."
Skinhead, yeah, being bald and white.
I was like, "Actually, well, I have this medical condition, and it took my hair. Look, you can feel," and the guy feels it.
Yeah.
And the guy like kind of apologized, and then he like continued to ask him.
Yeah, but you're still at a Milo event, so you're definitely a Nazi. Well, yeah, I mean, yeah, so yeah, they racially profile as well. As ironically, they kind of do it the most. But like, I've been racially profiled in a black neighborhood. Is that wrong? Yeah, I'm a white guy in a black neighborhood. I must be buying drugs.
Oh, actually, I could see that.
Okay, so that's also maybe racially profiling in the other direction as well. But I mean, you know, the bottom line is if these areas are the way they are to some extent, you have to sort of wonder what the white guy's doing in Compton.
Yeah, well, I mean high-end drugs too.
Unfortunately, realism is not always nice. It's not always what we want it to be. And, you know, I mean, there is a problem with sort of that self-segregation, maybe the lack of integration after the civil rights movement that clusters all these black communities together and keeps them in poverty. But, you know, if we can't talk about these issues, if you're sitting around your starting point is calling everybody a fucking racist. Like we can't even get into the nitty gritty if you're starting off on the wrong problem.
Yeah. And I think it'll be a little while before they realize that, but
I don't know if they're ever going to realize it. I think we just need to silence them and no platform them. That's the next.
We gave them their chance.
Yeah, censored. Then we need to deport them.
And then this next one is mass incarceration. Now, a professor of mine actually used this argument against me, and it was the first time I'd heard it.
Mass incarceration.
I think this is about a year ago.
And you think of mass incarceration, it's like they're just going into black neighborhoods and saying, "Come on, into the jail."
Yeah.
You go.
Well, he had said, what was it that? Well, people can figure, because I said there's a reason why the West is better than Islam, because over there, you know, a woman gets raped, you stone her to death, and over here, a woman gets raped, you want to find out who did it so you can bring him to justice.
Right.
And he's like, whoa, whoa, whoa. And he goes, well, they could also point to us and say, well, you guys have more black people incarcerated than any other country or something like that.
Yeah.
And like it made me take a step back. I was like, wait, what? And once I looked into it, I was like, well, I mean, it's not like they're just rounding up Blackie and throwing him in.
Well, you see, yeah, that's the problem. They abandon all nuance for the surface argument, because yeah, on the surface you see black people in prison at high rates and you think racism. That's when you look into it. They skip that part. Yeah. And when they do that and they don't skip that part, they cherry pick. So, I mean, it's impossible to argue so much. To a certain extent, it's impossible to get your point across to somebody who is deliberately dishonest. They already have the end result in their mind. They're not interested in the truth. They're interested in the narrative and the special club that they're in. It's like feminism for feminism. It's Black Lives Matter for Black Lives Matter. The movements exist for the sake of the movements, not the people that they pretend to represent.
Yeah, and you're not mad though. It's fine.
No, I'm fine. I'm not triggered at all.
I love this next one. Not believing experiences of POC.
POC. Let's just start saying POC.
Let's just call it POC. But not believing experiences of people of color. I find this one interesting because it's racist not to believe these people until they disagree with the progressive narrative.
Then you don't believe them.
Then it's like, well, why are you lying for the white man? Come on.
Yeah, you house nigger, you Uncle Tom. Dude, they're so fucking. I cannot believe they don't see this. How fucking racist they are. I just can't believe it. It drives me crazy every time when you hear that. It's just, you're the wrong kind of black person. You're the wrong kind of woman. You're the wrong kind of Hispanic. Fuck you.
And then, I think we should just switch to POC.
POC.
Yeah. And
I'm just gonna start saying coloreds.
Yeah, I like that actually. You're a lot more bold than I am.
I don't give a fuck anymore. I'm old now. So we're on police brutality. How is that fucking different than? And why is that lower than? You would think the police murdering and police brutality would go hand in hand.
Yeah.
This is very disorganized, just like their ideology.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think we should fix it for them. You know,
it's too much work.
It's kind of an eyesore, and you'd think they'd stratify it like in turn or like in different degrees of what's unacceptable and acceptable.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and also, Cecilia's asking: are the ones outside the pyramid worse or better?
They just couldn't. They ran out of room. Outside. They ran out of room in the pyramid. They just had to stick shit outside.
I guess the guy was like writing this. He's like, "Oh, this is fucking genius," and then he's like, "Oh shit, there's all these other ones that I got to write in," and so he just started writing these outside. Let's go with that one. And then paternalism, that sounds like projection to me.
Paternalism?
Yes, where you're basically saying you know better than the other person, so you should look out for them, or they should listen to you because you know better.
When do we do that?
Well, I think this is like
that's what they do.
The right wing. Yeah, like projection because, like the voter ID laws. They're like, oh, well, black people and historically disenfranchised people can't get IDs from the DMV or anything like that.
Yeah, they don't know where the DMV is. They don't have the internet because they're too stupid.
Yeah.
I saw that. Yeah, this is what they believe. They really need to like get like real jobs in the world. Get out of that campus mentality. I don't know.
Oh God. Okay. What do you think of virtuous victim narrative? What is that?
Virtuous.
Virtuous victim.
I'm not sure exactly who they mean that for. Like, do they mean a white person that suffered through something, or like they're propping up somebody's victim narrative?
Maybe they suffer. Maybe they were unfairly targeted by Black Lives Matter in spite of being an ally. I don't know.
What do you think?
Virtuous. I'm trying to think of what exactly they mean. Virtuous victimhood.
No, I'm puzzled here.
I'm gonna Google it just to make sure, like I know what they're talking about. Oh, is that like when you're racist, but you're saying, oh look, is it like saying I think I know what it is. I think it's saying it's turning the tables and saying that white people are being oppressed now. Like it's white people are being silenced and shut down and complaining about white people being racist against white people, which is essentially what a lot of the people on the right are doing in response to Black Lives Matter, right?
So then that's like a pretty patronizing term there.
Virtuous victim narrative. Well, it's kind of the term that we use against them all the time, so maybe it's fair play. I think there's a little bit of truth to that. I think because I think it's counterproductive to start to respond to Black Lives Matter with what about the white race? The white people are being oppressed now. I mean, white people are voices. It's sort of plays into that whole white versus black, you know, or white versus non-white. And I want that to be eliminated entirely. So I don't necessarily like it when somebody comes back in response to Black Lives Matter with, you know, white people built everything and white people did this and white people did that. It's just furthering that racial divide. I would like to not respond to a racially divisive movement with racial rhetoric, you know?
Yeah.
So I kind of agree with that one, honestly.
All right. So
SJW cuck confirmed.
No, we'll make a new pyramid and we'll have that one first.
Just Edindro in there. Just put it in the middle. But yeah, I mean, I think that to a certain degree, like I don't like the because I do see it. You see it all over Twitter. You know, the white people going, we're being oppressed by the mainstream myriad. The fucking libtards are fucking oppressing the white race.
Yeah,
that's not a good look.
Yeah, I love that, the 1488 thing. Holy shit.
Wait, is 1488 off the pyramid?
No, just the SS shit posters, where they just put it everywhere. They always blonde. Do you ever watch Blonde in the Belly of the Beast?
I haven't in a while though.
Whenever
I'm not 100% Republican either, so
yeah. Well, whenever she does the live streams with Matt Christensen, people are always calling her like Blonde Fuhrer and things like that. And I guess that, yeah, it's funny. And she's like, you guys, and then somebody took that as like a serious thing. So yeah, and in the interview that we did with her, like this guy was just calling her fascist, you know, telling us to go fuck ourselves, and it was a nice little conversation that we had. Never replied.
Yeah. Oh, I was in a live stream with Bering and Jeff Holiday the other day, and at some point he just like jokingly goes, "No, I don't give a fuck about trans people," and we just know they're gonna pull that. Like, somebody's gonna see that, pull that, and make it an allegation. And they just don't understand context and humor.
Yeah,
we can't have any fun. I mean, our side is so much more fun. Like we have fun. we get nuance. We get sarcasm, and they just seem so like. Why would you even want to be a part of that group? I don't understand. I don't understand kids these days.
At the bottom of the pyramid, it's just a joke.
Oh yeah, let's start skipping around because some of these are pretty hilarious. Don't blame me. I never owned slaves is a part of white or covert white supremacy.
Don't blame me. I never owned slaves. Who fuck says that? I didn't. Like, I never owned slaves.
What? Yeah, well, it's kind of telling because it's like, I guess they make the positive argument like, well, it's slavery, and they make it so often that people get really defensive. They're like, well, what the hell? I didn't have anything to do with it.
I didn't do that. So what about slavery? I think it's bad too. Should I like tattoo that on my forehead? I think it's fucking bad. You fucking hero. You fucking heroes. You fucking virtuous fucking heroes taking a stand against slavery. Finally, somebody is taking a stand against Nazis and slavery. Fucking.
Well, it's like those fuck cancer shirts. It's like, oh man, what a brave soul there.
It's like they have a mental illness where you just at any given point you're in a different period of time. For the most part, it's the 1960s, but every now and then it's 1942. You know, and every now and then it's the fucking 1700s. Like they have no concept of the world around them at all. I hate them.
Oh, I like this one too. But what about me? Like,
what about me?
I think that's a great one.
I don't even know what is that in what about me?
So I think it's taken from the feminist arguments where like MRAs will go, well, hey, like, what about men's problems? And they'll go,
Yeah.
well, what about you? Like in a really patronizing tone.
Men don't have problems.
Whites don't have problems. And
Men aren't people.
okay, Chank.
What about me? It's not about you. It's about me.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's about the cause.
And then color blindness is now socially acceptable covert white supremacy.
Oh, dude, the Young Turks. Kyle, I think it is.
Is he the bald one?
Yeah, like it's not. Sargon did a video on this. It's not enough to not be racist. You now have to be an anti-racist.
Oh no, it's here too.
Yeah.
Assuming that good intentions are enough.
Assuming that good intentions are enough.
Yeah. If you ever assume that, I'm gonna tell you.
Yeah. They think you need to be an activist. Everybody has to be an activist. Some of us have jobs. Some of us have families and lives. Like, we cannot do this all the time.
You got to buy some white supremacist milk there, huh?
Yeah.
For your family?
Well, on March 8th, all the women are going to stop working, right? Right, Cecilia?
Absolutely.
You're done. You're done. I love that too, because I'm in the job market and I need to make sure that there are jobs available. So,
so you're standing there with them.
I'm just waiting for March 8th for them to get fired in mass. You know, it's funny too. They're just going to get days off. They're just going to take time off and go out on their marches. That's why they did it in advance, so all the women could just schedule PTO and fucking phonies.
It's like strangely, you know, set up 5 months in advance.
Yeah, you know, they're not gonna strike because that's retarded. So they're just gonna schedule time off and pretend.
I like this one.
What's that?
But we're just one human family.
We're just one human family. Yeah, fuck no, we're not. Fuck you. Some of us are black, some of us are white. It's important. Race is important.
I bet you they have their own term for like Martin Luther King Jr. now. You know how the alt-right will call certain people like alt-light? I'm pretty sure they have a name for him like that. Because it's like, oh, judge us not by the color of our skin, huh? And they're like, yeah, only a person that believes we're just one human family would say that.
Yeah, you fucking racist. You're colorblind, you fucking racist. You believe we're all human, fucking racist.
Oh god. I imagine that if my professors find out about this one, I might be receiving some docks in my grades.
No, sorry.
But I'm a POC, so it's okay.
Yeah, you're a POC.
Yeah.
It's discrimination. You've got a get out of jail free card.
Yeah, and what's really weird is that my city is like 85% Hispanic, right?
Yeah.
And my department, it's taught like 90% white.
It's fucking racist, man.
Exactly. That's what I said. No, they're all progressives. Well, most of them.
Yeah.
And they're the ones pushing this stuff.
Yeah, they need
kids, and we're like, what the what?
Yeah, no, it's so funny how often that's the case. It's just this white guilt sort of bubbling over. I mean, it wasn't black people who started this movement. It wasn't Hispanics who started this movement. I don't even know that it was women who started this movement, if you go back as far as the 60s. So I don't know. But it was definitely white people. So yeah, I mean, don't you feel like sort of more safe that you have so many white allies speaking for you? And
no, gotta stop you there, dude. Self-appointed white allies are part of socially acceptable white supremacy.
Well, that's all of them.
Well, I mean, sorry.
Every white SJW.
Never mind the fact that almost all of them are white.
But I would like to know who would appoint.
Yeah, who appoints you a white ally? I guess you just have to wait for a black person to say you are my ally.
No, we need to what's it called? We need to make this orthodox. Like we need to appoint a leader.
Ghazi.
And Jesse Jackson on the phone.
Aqualia. You're an ally. You are an ally. You are an ally. You're not an ally.
Like the popes of social justice.
Yeah.
Pope Ghazi.
And then this other one is racist mascots. I think
like
that was
the Redskins. It's funny how specific these are. Some of these are, because that's obviously just geared towards the Washington Redskins, right? Wasn't that a whole
Yeah,
thing?
I can't think of another one.
Fighting Irish? No, we don't care about the Irish. They're white.
Well, do you know who that guy counter arguments is? You ever watched anything by him?
I don't know. Maybe sort of.
You really let me down here, man.
I'm sorry. Maybe.
It's okay.
Send me a link.
Well, he was actually talking about the term Indian, and he had mentioned that Indian was like a term for indigenous people. Didn't matter where they were, and so it wasn't really like a loaded term or anything like that. Because he said the Italians knew where they were, or the Spanish, whoever the fuck they were.
Oh no! I have, and I loved his "Black people can't be racist." I've seen him before. He's great. He's great. I just, you know why I haven't seen anything recently is because the whole bell thing ruined YouTube.
What is that bell? I never click it.
You don't get your notifications if you don't click the bell. Or I don't know if you never get any, but I know like if you click the bell, you will get every single notification for every time they upload a video.
Huh.
It's stupid. It's a stupid idea, but yeah, that's why if you watch a YouTube video every now and then, you'll see somebody go, "Click that bell, click the fucking bell,
click it."
Because ever since the bell came up, they're getting less views because people just aren't aware. They're not getting the notification.
That's strange. I just use the homepage and then find everything there.
Yeah, that helps too.
Yeah, and then
just do it the old school way. Yeah.
Guess I'm the old school. I still buy CDs.
Do you really?
Really do.
Wow.
Yeah, like I have stuff from like this year that's on CD.
Nice.
By the way, the live stream is not working on any site or platform I try to use.
Oh shit! Let's see. Not all just go to waste.
Oh.
Are you at least recording this?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
That is weird.
So if the live stream cut out, you could upload this.
Let me see. No, it's still on.
Yeah, because I look at its various social media accounts. I can't view it from there. I can't view it from YouTube. I can't view it from my YouTube app on my phone.
Let's see.
You know, let me try viewing it on data.
This is kind of killing my buzz here, man. It's okay. I'm just kidding, dude.
Yeah, it's not loading for me either. Oh well.
Oh my god.
Maybe that explains why nobody's in there.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, shut up, dude. I'll be right back then. I'll take a break while you guys figure out stuff.
Yeah, never had this problem before.
Mm.
All right. Well, you want to meet back in like 10 minutes? He's gone.
Yeah, he's taking a break. He's gonna grab like food or something.
He's left us. Gone forever, dude. He's never coming back. Oh shit. Yeah, it's an error occurred. Did I time out?
Yeah, I was gonna say that's the message that I got.
I saw it earlier.
No,
Not too long ago.
it happened like a few minutes ago. No, I was able to reload sites and I was able to catch it again. So I'm not exactly sure when it occurred, but it was only going on for like a few minutes.
Really strange because that's not loading here either.
Now it's saying, Dean, I have no idea what that means.
Hold on, I'm clicking to learn more.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and it says search help. Yeah, that helps. Didn't work on data either. So.
Oh,
browser or computer, or you could update your browser.
Update my browser.
Yeah.
What's
I mean, those are the only suggestions it gives.
unless this is YouTube catching on to what we're doing. Just got banned from live streaming recently. He had his live streaming.
But even first,
Do you get notifications that the stream is offline?
it's right here that we're still live.
Still live.
Yeah, I see it on there. It still has the
Yeah, it still has the live button, but
Since I know nothing about technology, I'm gonna hit up the little girl's room.
All right.
Is there one on this floor, or is there
yeah,
one downstairs?
they're every floor.
Okay.
It's the wall. It's the wall behind the elevators.
Okay.
So that way and around the way.
Damn it.
No, but does it show that it's live on? Like, do you know if it's live on YouTube?
Yeah. Look.
No, like it says there, but does YouTube let you know? Because I can see that, but does YouTube let you know that it's broadcasting to YouTube from your end, from the actual producer end, not a viewer end?
Oh, let's see.
Yeah, not a layman's perspective.
Should I go?
What's going on?
We have no clue.
Yeah.
Should I just go to the live streaming and then?
Yeah, look at the live streaming thing. It says offline. Oh, hold on. Live now, Google Hangouts on air.
Yeah.
Yeah, it says there is, but for some reason, nobody can view it. Like, none of us can view this.
And there was at least like 2 funny jokes in there.
Oh, there were That's good. That's good nuggets in that. But wait, are you actually recording this offline at the same time?
No, I'm just using the live broadcast.
Okay. So should we finish this and see if YouTube saves it?
I guess so.
Yeah,
I mean,
It may process.
what's up?
It's just giving a generic error.
Yeah.
I wonder if YouTube is having a problem itself.
That could be it.
I don't know, because I was able to watch other videos, no problem.
Well, I mean, they could have
Dude, just-
something going on with live streaming or something. Hangouts could have a problem. I don't know. I've never seen this before.
Yeah, this is weird.
Was it like the first cuck joke, or was it like, you know, was it Pac? Did Pac set them off?
I have said so much worse in my live streams with 4,000. Oh, 400,000. That'd be great. With 4,000 subs, I really doubt anything we said got it actually cut off.
Yeah, I'm just wondering what the issue is. I mean, unless we lost. No, we never lost connectivity.
No, so it's funny is this will probably all broadcast. That's the point. Like, if you stop the Hangout, it'll process, and this all will be in it.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yes, yeah, that's what I'm
Yes, losing our damn minds.
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering, is if maybe it does process on YouTube after we end the stream.
Well, might as well plug this right now. April 8th, we're having a regional conference, and joining us in person is going to be Roaming Millennial, Anthony Brian Logan, Vernaculus, Michael Tracy.
That's
And
awesome.
Yeah, we'll also be having an online message from Dave Rubin and that guy T. So
Sweet.
hopefully, this doesn't happen when we broadcast that.
Whatever this is.
Yeah, I feel like I'm in like a moratorium or something. It's edgy.
You've been travel banned for 90 days.
Yeah. I forgot what we were even talking about.
Let's go back to the pyramid of oppression.
Yeah.
I mean, this sucks. But yeah, I'm really blanking out here. I can't remember the last thing you said.
Let's pull up the. thing.
Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm just looking to see if maybe there's something.
What?
It was, but what about me, right? And then because we were going right to left, bottom to top, I think. Denial of racism.
You're gonna have to let her back in.
Denial of racism, I think, was the last one I left off. Here's a little pleasure.
All right. No, you're good.
Yeah, I'm gonna go to that.
Well, I guess in the meantime, say hello.
We're not on the thing. Hello.
We're not sure.
Oh, okay. Hello, world. In case you can see me.
Yeah.
Here I am. I was gonna. I didn't get a chance to finish watching what was the video? It was the pop feminism, I think.
Yeah.
I didn't get to finish watching the whole thing, but at one point you brought up this. What was it? It was a comparison between Barack Obama and Miley Cyrus, and how they're both doing the same kind of feminism, even though it doesn't really necessarily.
I think that is the end of the video, though. I think you did see the whole
Oh,
thing.
I did? Okay, cool. I wasn't sure if I got through all of it or not, but I couldn't help but laugh, mainly because I actually kind of like her a lot. So I was
Oh, really?
this is amazing. Yeah.
Why?
I have yet to understand myself. I don't know. I think she's just true to what she actually believes. So I think that's kind of neat. You don't really see a lot of people do that. But,
Yeah, she did like to double down a lot. Just
yeah. I
might
don't
argue whether or not that's
anyway. Like when she talks her shit, I just can't stand it. But like her, I just think she's still kind of. I mean, musically she has range, so whatever. But that's
You think she's real? She's real. Right.
I don't hate her the way I could like.
She's not pandering to people. She's
Oh right,
just
no, yeah, for sure.
out there. Okay.
Yeah, out there, extremely out there.
I'll go with that.
So I just wasn't sure if I had gotten through the whole video or not. But if I did, then yay me. Never mind, I have no questions. I just can't remember what. Yeah. We're at the end of this. Hello.
Women, am I right?
Right? It's not just a joke. That hurts.
No, it's just a joke.
I think.
Oh yeah, jokes in general.
Yeah. I mean, women are terrible. Women are awful. But no, that was a joke.
No, it's not a joke. Women are terrible. That's why we're such citizens.
You know what's weird is when they get a white person to say like, yeah, white people are awful, but then you get like a black person to say the same thing about other black people, or a woman to say that about other women.
Yeah.
And like all of a sudden it's really awful that they're doing that.
Yeah, they're not really immune, it turns out. They're not immune to criticism as long as they step outside that line.
Yeah, wait, don't let me. I'm just kidding.
Wait, but white women are out now.
Yeah, they're out.
Yeah.
With all the data, you're all white supremacists. It's
Wait, what?
no more. Oh, because they voted Trump.
They voted Trump. Yeah, because we don't look at individuals, we look at the collective. And the collective white women voted for Trump, so white women are off the oppression stack.
Yeah,
they must now flagellate, just like any white man.
Well, I can't wait for next election when the Hispanic vote gets even closer to being 50-50, and then we're gonna do.
What was the Hispanic vote this time around?
It was like 37%.
Really? And see, that's just the immigration issue alone. And I think Hispanics in general tend to be more conservative, don't they?
Depends on which country they came from.
Yeah, it depends. But
We're not all the same.
We're very diverse.
Yeah, well, it depends. The problem is that even if they are,
Peter.
Yeah, the problem is that, like, yes, they do tend to be a little more conservative. I mean, let's be honest, and I hate to put it this way, but Mexico is a little more socially regressive in certain regards. But yeah, they are generally conservative, but the problem is that they vote Democrat almost monolithically in a lot of places. Like
because the Democrats.
Because the Democrats have convinced them that the Republican Party is about deporting them, is racist, is whatever. Like the Democrat Party has hooked them on the race and immigration issue.
Didn't Obama deport like record numbers of Mexicans as well?
Yeah, it's funny because not even all Hispanics are the same. Like, for example, Cubans are pretty much all Republican because they know that communism and socialism do not work.
Yeah.
South American Hispanics tend to lean a little more Republican from what I see. And kind of more split. But Mexican Hispanics, and this is from all of us living here on the border, you just have to learn. And that's just because of the immigration issue. If it was not for the immigration issue, I guarantee Hispanics would be majority Republican.
Wait, hold on, Peter. I gotta halt you there because if you look at this pyramid right here, you're giving into socially acceptable white supremacy. Box to teach white people is in there, so you need to stop.
I didn't expect that. So is it okay?
No.
Is it okay if it just happened to me?
No, that's actually called rape. You didn't have to.
I was Hispanic explained.
You're being explained.
No, what is it? That Latin X or something? They just put like an X.
Oh my God, that is so funny.
I don't like the word Latino. I'm sorry. Latinos, this maybe sound liberal of me, but Latinos sound white. Nobody calls themselves Latino. They call themselves
Latinos.
Hispanics. You know, I don't know. I don't know.
I don't like that term either.
Just a nitpick. I never hear actual Hispanic people call themselves Latino or Latina. Never.
I'm just colored. Edindro's taking it back, you know.
Yeah, well, I'm part black, so probably.
Yeah. You can tell with his blue eyes, like it's.
Yeah.
Hey, I got a friend who's a quarter black, but she's blonde and blue-eyed.
I'm like a 1/28th Native American, so I think I win here.
No, I think I'm a little closer.
Oh yeah, you win.
Like a 256th black as well.
I don't know, like 4, 5, 6 generations back. I got some. Yeah, I don't care.
So I mean, is this how like Oppression Olympics originally starts? Like, well, my great grandpa, and then like go from there. Like, oh man, I can't imagine living in that world.
No, I think on both sides of my family, my father was adopted, but we're pretty sure his family was German. Mm-hmm. And my grandparents on my mother's side were German immigrants. So if anything, I had less to do with slavery and more to do with the Holocaust.
Oh yeah, that's fine though. Like
and we don't really care about that too much.
Yeah, well, I mean,
now we do though, because we're punching Nazis all over the place. So,
well, it's because the Treaty of Versailles kind of pushed them toward having to do that. So, like it's that commercial, that feminist commercial, where it's like, well, fair and equal pay isn't enough anymore, and the Germans were like, well, you know what? Having our own place in the world, it's just not enough anymore.
I think what I love about that commercial is that it's so anti-feminist. It's one of those things where you would expect, like Cecilia. It's Cecilia, right? Mm-hmm. You were talking about the pop feminism video, and one of the biggest points in that video is that if pop feminism is a problem to these academic feminists, if it was a big deal, why wouldn't you fucking go after it, right? Why, like I said in the video, I'm like, why are you fucking with me, right? Why don't you go after this gross misrepresentation of your own ideology? But with that commercial was one of those examples of a thing where it's like, it's about fucking shoes. It's about vanity. He doesn't even know that the outfit makes, or that the shoes make the outfit. Feminists are supposed to hate that shit. They're supposed to hate that materialism and that vanity, female vanity.
But didn't you like the part where it got like a little bit
salty?
Silence of the Lambs.
A little bit
like
fucking.
They don't even put the right lotion on its skin. It was or something like that.
Yeah, as you're watching clips of women just attacking men, horrifically violent ways, smashing their property.
But hey, that guy took that coffee mug to the face like a champ.
Yeah, it's almost like it was fake.
Yeah. Are you telling me the TV's fake, dude?
I think it might be a little bit. But yeah, that was funny to me though, because I would have expected any true feminist to say this does not represent our movement. This is commercialism. This is it's perpetuating patriarchal ideas. Ironically, not all feminists are like that. Hashtag not all feminists.
Not all.
Like it's clearly just pandering to the feminists, and it works because they said that thing about equal pay that we agree with. So we're just going to write off the rest of it as feminist. It's good enough. We're going to sail past it.
What was it? The Maoist guys and the guys who buy the Che Guevara shirts from they buy American Apparel, and it's like, fuck capitalism. It's like, how'd you get that shirt? And I don't want to talk about it.
I don't want to talk about it.
Oh my god. Well, shit. I hope this all uploads.
Yeah. If not, it was a good chat. It was a good chat anyway. I had fun.
Well, I'm just gonna end the broadcast real quick.